Welcome back to a brand new episode of Around the Geek, episode 173, with your host Terrell and
Dior.
Dior with the accent mark. You got to put the accent mark in his name. So Dior. All right, anyway, we're back with a brand new episode, and this time we actually do have a lot to talk about. I'm freaking interested to get into a lot of what Dior has to say. And we got some questions this week from Twitter. And like I said, we're going to answer your questions on Twitter. If you do want to post questions on the show, you can go to ATG Podcast and you can send your questions there. I'll post a thing on there and you can just put responses under the thread or whatever. And like I said, I'll just we'll post them on the show and we'll read them off on the show and answer them. But first, man, how the heck has your week been so far?
Man, my week has been all right. It's been all right. No complaints. Actually, I had to take a pause on One Piece, but we'll get to that later once we get to that point. But yeah, how was your week, man?
It was pretty good, man. I got to do a lot, man. I saw a lot. So finally back. As if you guys know, you've seen my reviews, been posting them. So like I said, I mean, you see everything that seen a couple of different movies, a couple of different shows. Halo show on Paramount has been good. I don't know if you got Paramount Plus, but Halo's been pretty damn good.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
I
get Paramount Plus.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I was sleeping on it. I didn't think it was gonna be trash. But let's start off with what you got going on right now. I want to know about the con you just recently went to.
Oh yeah, it's called Galaxy Con down in Richmond.
Galaxy Con.
Yes, sir. So it's a little smaller than the one in DC, but it's actually just pretty decent. They had some great people there, some famous people like the dude off of Breaking Bad. I forget the guy's name, the black guy.
John Carlos.
He was also in Uncharted. I think he's like the main villain in the new, not Uncharted, but the Far Cry.
You talking about John Carlo?
Yes, sir. He's a cool dude. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude.
Did you get something or?
No, so the line was just too long, man. I mean, I'm an impatient guy, so the line was just too long. So I couldn't get in there. But of course, William Shatner, he's at like almost every con. Of course, he was there. Then you had
OG Captain.
Who's
he's still alive.
Huh?
Said OG Captain. He gotta be like 80. He gotta be like.
He looks kind of young in person though.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's some insurance check he's getting, yeah.
And then oh man, I told myself I'll never forget this chick's name. She was so beautiful in person. The girl that did the voice, she's like the voice actor for Bubbles off of Powerpuff Girls.
Tara
Strong, bro. Hey, Tara Strong, if you ever come across this, you is beautiful, bro. Beautiful. My God.
Yeah,
but yeah, man,
I've seen her in person a few times. She is a very attractive woman. Yeah, she does some very creepy.
But yeah, I mean, but I was trying to get you to come down, so
Yeah, I was
some interaction.
Yeah, I was tied up, man. Like I was supposed to have gone to WonderCon that was in California. That was like the week after. That was last week. And then it was another thing that I had going on. So it was a lot of confusion as far as schedule, and then work itself. I had to wind up going in. So I definitely want. Yeah. But BlurCon is coming up. We could definitely check that out because that's close to you as well. So put your.
I totally forgot about BlurCon. I gotta make sure I get my tickets for that.
Yeah, man. July. So next 3 months. In July, that's con season, so it's gonna be like Otakon, Comic Con, BlurCon, everything's popping up. Yeah, man, I'm glad you had a good time, man. You got a couple of things. You got your One Piece photos and stuff like that, and
yeah, I mean, yeah. So since we've been doing this, I've been jumping from room to room. First episode was in my living room. Second episode was in my living room. Third episode was in my dining room. Now I'm trying to build up my, my studio, if you will. Right. I'm actually trying to get settled in. So I think every so often I'm gonna try to put something new up. So that's to show progress,
But yeah, man, I'm glad you had a good time at that con, man. That's definitely, definitely anytime you can get out, definitely still doing this pandemic because COVID is still going on, people. It's still happening.
COVID is still real, so wear your face mask, people.
Protect your neck out here. You know what I mean? Your own risk. Just real quickly before we get into, because I really want to hear you talk about One Piece. I just want to get into a couple things that I had. Of course, I've been copping them wins on Apex. I still suck. No, I'm pretty good. It's just a tough game, man. It's just a free to play. If you haven't played Apex, it's a new character every season. They add new stuff every season. It's constantly changing. But like I said, it's a tough game to play. I don't expect anybody to pick this up for the first time and get a win automatically, man. Because it's a thinking game. It's of course, skill, strategy, stuff like that. And it's just it's just tough to play. And then for me and the schedule I got now, it's just like I try to get in the games when I can because most games last 20 minutes. So I'm at the end of Tales of Arise. I plan on finishing that this week. I got a platinum because Warren got a platinum. I got to get the platinum, and mainly because Eric, our friend Eric, he hasn't gotten the platinum because fuck him. I got to get the platinum in the game. Been playing Gran Turismo. I'm playing with the.
Last time I played Gran Turismo was like PS1 days, bro.
Whoo, like Gran Turismo 1. I mean, I don't feel like you need to be a car collector to love or appreciate Gran Turismo. But it is a driving simulator. So with that being said, it feels like it's supposed to feel like you're driving a car. So the resistance that you feel, you can't just turn corners wildly. It's supposed to feel like you're actually driving a car, and it feels even more so when you have the actual wheel because the wheel has like the resistance in the wheels. So when you hit corners, you feel the tires and stuff
okay.
Which is a lot of people like the wheel experience because like you have the gas pedal and the brake pedal and stuff like that, and so it feels like you're driving a car. But it's a good game so far. I'm really enjoying it. Definitely want to beat your friend's scores and stuff like that in time trials. And the car collection is insane. I mean, of course, like with any of those games, like
that's what every Gran Turismo. The car collection gets up,
right.
Like they keep upping the scale, which is cool.
But it's been a while since we had a premium Gran Turismo game because like Forza's been holding down the house. Microsoft has Forza, holding it down for so long, and that's a really good game. Horizon is more of like Forza Horizon is more of an arcade style Gran Turismo where it's not as serious. You know what I mean? It's still feels like you're driving cars, but like it's not as deep as that one is. So I do recommend picking up the new Gran Turismo 7. I think it is.
Ooh,
7. Gran Turismo 7.
I missed 6 generations, bro.
Right. I also picked up Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Switch. If you're not a Kirby fan, you're missing out on something good here. This is a really good game. This has Kirby in like some this dark whatever world he gets transported to, and some new mechanics. I mean, of course, you still got the suck and blow mechanics because no, it's Kirby. It's pretty good.
Pun intended.
And then of course, I put up a review that's out there. I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh, and fantastic cast, man. This is a really good interpretation of another multiverse story done very well. I don't want to say too much because, like I said, this is really, really, really good.
What was it again?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Put that on your list.
What's the show on?
Yeah,
what's the show on?
It's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, I'll send the trailer. But like, it's supposed to come. It's either out now or it comes out this week. But it's okay. Phenomenal. Like it's really, really good. And it's insane. Like it's off the wall. Like everything that I thought I was going to get out of that movie, it's nowhere near what you expect. So like I said, check it out. Everything Everywhere All at Once. You can check out the review that's on Big Gold Belt Media YouTube page, and I've posted it as well. And like I said, it's pretty good. And then at least for whatever reason, I just wanted to try something on Netflix. It's a show called Old Enough where they film like toddlers do like errands. So the first, I'm pretty sure like the show is completely like they control the environment, but they pretty much give like kids a task list. I think they like 2 or 3, and then they have to get everything like on the list and then bring it back home. And they're walking the entire way to like the store or whatever. It's on Netflix. So Netflix is like importing more and more foreign shows to their platform, like Japan, Korean, like just
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
right, just stuff that you normally wouldn't see that because it's being broadcasted over there, so it's being subtitled, and we're getting a lot more of the dramas and like their random shows, and I'm loving it. So yeah, I say it's random. Just it sounds weird, but like just kids just doing random errands and shit like that. So and the reason I thought of about it because like you recommended that show where like the 3-year-old is like living by himself. And like,
oh yeah, oh man, me and Brian watched that show, and I think we finished it, but it was a wild show.
yeah, and I'm like, so where's child services? Like, does nobody? Does nobody realize this kid is by himself? Because everybody asks like, hey, where are your parents? And then it's just like no conversation after
some random dude next door is taking care of him.
Right. He's trying to hook up with his neighbor. I'm like, that doesn't end well. So so Netflix is getting up. I have a real hate-love relationship with Netflix when it comes to anime, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I just wanted to get myself out the way. Let's talk about where you at One Piece, because right now, if you guys had not noticed, One Piece is like the hottest goddamn thing, in the world right now, and it always has been. It always has been. As you know, Luffy has gotten a new level of transformation, a new level upgrade to his current devil fruit. And I don't want to spoil that for you. I'm pretty sure it's already been spoiled.
Oh man, it's all over. It's plastered all over the anime world. So it's not.
So the world, where are you in One Piece right now? What chapter are you?
So I right where they're about to find out what Robin's true identity is, if you will. So I'm at the shipwreck, the shipyard, and Water 7. And the mayor, he got shot again. So we have to see what happens after that.
Who got shot?
The mayor for Water 7.
Oh, Iceberg.
So he got shot again. So I mean, I literally stopped right there before I came on to this podcast. So I'm about to see what else happens after this podcast is over.
So for a long time. So you read through Skype here for a long time. Like people will be like, "Yo, just skip Skype here. It gets good." There's not one guy.
No, you can't skip Skype, man. You just can't, because there's a whole lot of things there that is interesting. You just gotta watch it. And there's some great fight scenes in there too, man.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can skip any arc in One Piece, man. It's all essential, and even right now, Scott Pierre is playing like a vital role in what's happening 800 plus chapters later, 700. I don't know what chapter you're on, but you know what I mean. So like, I know we talked about like kind of like your reading experience and like just coming in the One Piece, and of course I'm like I'm encouraging you to watch the anime at least the first 100 episodes. Because dude, you just got it's nothing beats. I mean, read it all day, but nothing beats seeing it in motion and that music and the motivation and stuff and the voice work behind your characters. Like it's just nothing, and that's one of the questions we had on here later. But I'm excited that you're getting into One Piece and you're getting into it at a vital time too, because like I said, we're getting into the end game of One Piece right now, and it's final. It's final arcs, like because I said we're in Wano. I'm pretty sure this next one has to be the last. I can't say that for sure, but I do know we are. I want to say 5 years or less into One Piece officially ending. I feel like I remember it had to be like 2016 or 2017. Them saying like it was like 10 years from that point. You know what I mean, or whatever it was. So we might actually be predicting it right. Because 2016, they were like, okay, Oda said it was like 10 years left, and then we're done. But, once you get past a certain arc, it's accelerating. You didn't even get to the time skip stuff yet, nothing. So you still would, you had a really good arc, man. Like I said, I'm rereading it right now. This will be my third time rereading the series. So
third time, woo!
Yeah, like I said, I have every single volume. of One Piece, include from 1 to where it is now, and it's over like 90 something volumes. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
I highly recommend. You just can't stop at 1, man. Once you get 1, you gotta pick up volume 1, and then and then you just buying them weekly. I mean monthly, every month. But yeah, man, I'm glad to see that you dig in One Piece, man. And that was one of those things that wasn't on your radar. You know what I mean? You just picked it up and you
Right. I was like, man, yeah, like I said last time, I don't want to jump on a bandwagon. Here I am, milking this bandwagon,
I don't even feel like I don't even feel like One Piece had a bandwagon. I feel like Naruto felt like it had like a. I'm not gonna say a bigger following because One Piece has always been hot in Japan, but it's One
Right.
Piece never caught on in North America like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But now I think it's people like, oh, okay, I'm digging it, I'm loving it. So hey, it's too late. You should have hopped on when we was all. But yeah, but yeah, that was it. I think you had we can start off our news, and you got Berserk Ending apparently finally.
Yeah, so for those Berserk fans, I've only been watching it, but if you've been reading it,
I've
they're
never.
actually going to be in the Berserk this November because actually the artist, the creator, he actually passed away
Oh,
last year in the summer. And I mean, the manga's been going on, well, not manga, but the comic's been going on for like 33 years. But
yeah.
it's finally ending. It's coming to a stop. So
That's my worst
R.I.P.
fear.
to the creator.
That's my worst fear, like especially with manga, because usually manga is done by one person. Is
Uh,
that like if something was to happen to Oda, or if Kishimoto, who created Naruto, something had happened to him like midway, man, it just would have been a shit show. Like, and I wonder, if Oda has like a contingency, because I mean, for the most part, you can't predict, what's going to happen to you. If he just has like a
right.
folder and like a vault somewhere with like the rest of the series just laid out, just in case something was to happen to him, because like the creator of Hunter x Hunter, he been stop and go forever, man. Like that's just no. There's been no like continuous, like he would get sick, or he would have to stop, and then it'd be on hiatus for a long time, because right now that series is still not done. Yeah, that's the worst thing you want to do right now.
So also in other news, the one game I've been playing heavily was Ghostwater Tokyo.
Oh yeah,
It's a
I forgot to ask you about that.
it,
I bought it. I haven't started it. And you beat it and you
yeah,
played.
so it's yeah, right. So it's real easy to platinum it, and it's a Bethesda game. So you like or hate it, it's gonna be one of those in between.
I
So
haven't really watched any
I, I,
gameplay. What's the style of play? What's the gameplay for? How does it play?
so the gameplay is I wish they could have done more with the controller or something with the VR because the type of moves that goes on into the game, yeah, it fits okay with the controller, but I think they could have done well with like something with the VR because it's all first person and how it's played out, it is a beautiful game. I think the VR would have took like full advantage of how this game is played out and laid out. So, but other than that, man, I mean, it's just one of your hack and slash game. Well,
Oh,
this time you just using spells and running around.
so you
The
get power.
story is yeah, so the story is meh, the story starts off confusing. You're still a little confused at the end, but it's it's a fun game. It's something to kill time if you just
How
want
long
to
you
sit
think?
around.
What would you call it, about 20 hours less? 10 hours less?
Yeah, yeah. Well, 10, 20 hours, something like that. Yeah, because only 6 chapters, and each chapter is maybe if you just play it straight through without doing any side missions, it's probably a 10-hour game, if that.
Man, how you feel about that, man? I mean, and I guess you can't put a price tag on like length of time, because I mean the same amount of work still goes into these games. But I feel like if you pay $60, man, you should, not every game is going to be a 200-hour game, 100-hour game. But do
Right.
you feel like based on the length of time, like the price should be different?
So so is that and it's a Bethesda game. I was expecting a little bit more from Bethesda.
Right.
I mean, because you got what Elder Scrolls out there, and I don't know. This, like I said, it's one of those level hit games.
Right.
You either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. But I'm tired of spending $60 on a 10-hour game. I don't feel satisfied.
Well, I mean, sometimes those 10-hour games be hitting, man. Because I mean, I spent 60.
Yeah, and I appreciate those. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I spent $60 on games that I just never finished or I didn't even start. You know what I mean? Like it's in my library.
right.
PlayStation Plus give out games every month, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even play that. So, like, we'll see.
It's like, man, do I stop paying $60 for this new release and just wait till it's free? Like 3 or 4 months later.
So apparently, like Nintendo, if you got a Switch, the Switch has like the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo stuff like that. It adds games like every month or whatever. Apparently, they just have Earthworm Jim 2 or Earthworm Jim and Dig Dug. I think it's Earthworm Jim 2.
Earthworm Jim. I'm going to go and get that.
Yeah, I ain't never beat Earthworm Jim. Those games are hard. I don't care, man. Those games
it is extremely hard. It's just like Contra. Like you get good,
I think Donkey Kong Country is hard, and I beat that as a kid. So apparently, so as you know, I don't know if you were like a big Game of Thrones fan, but they're doing that prequel, the House of Dragons prequel that's coming in August. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, but the last season on Game of Thrones kind of just like, I'm blown. I don't want to see no more.
I feel like I'm really done with it. Like I say that, but I might watch it. But I feel like I am done with Game of Thrones, and I feel like a prequel story I'm not really sure how they would do that because we kind of know where it goes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, unless they just touch something that hasn't been touched, but we know for the most part that these people are going to die, or they're not going to win in it. But it would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see a Game of Thrones series where you don't have the books kind of laid out in front of you, so nobody has any expectation of what they're going to get. And I feel like that was a big thing with the last season, is people was pissed off because it didn't follow this, it didn't do this didn't happen,
right?
And for the most part, the Game of Thrones ending wasn't written, and they kind of just had to come up with something, and people was not feeling it. I didn't care.
Right.
I didn't care, like, you know what I mean? Either way, it was ended up like, okay, finally this is ending, I can move on. But once it ended, people stopped talking about it. That was crazy. Like, that was the most popular thing, and people just was like, yeah, I'm done. So
yeah,
that's interesting. But yeah, man, I mean, if you're excited for it, House of Dragons coming in August. Annoyingly, Nintendo just put out a whole 2-3 minute video the other day. I don't know if you saw it, just to come out and say, yo, Zelda ain't coming out this year. So just keep in mind, Breath of the Wild came out 2017. They were working on it like 4 or 5 years prior to that, because it was originally supposed to come out on the Wii U. Theory on that is that people say like they are coming out with another Switch, like a Switch 2 or whatever they want to call it. That's actually a good title, Switch 2. Yeah, so they're not going to get rid of the Switch family anytime soon. I don't see that. It's too successful. It's too popular. If so, this will be the first kind of sequel system outside of the Wii and Wii U. Then again, no, like the Wii and Wii U, because Nintendo really doesn't do like a PS2, a PS3 type thing. You know what I mean? They usually come out with just so seeing what they would do with a Switch, a sequel system to the Switch, what they would do. I mean, obviously they want to give it a good graphical upgrade. They wanted to compete with what's out right now, and they just came out with the Switch OLED, which is not really that big of a difference, and what's already available for the Switch. But I definitely wanted Breath of the Wild 2, but like I said, if they have to wait and put it out for a new Switch, then I'll just wait, because I'd rather that game.
I mean, how do you feel about them not having any streaming services on their systems besides, I guess, the Wii and the Wii U? I'm sorry, the Wii U.
I'm not sure what's up with that, because definitely on the Wii U they had Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff like that. What the decision was, they finally just put Crunchyroll on Switch, but they just,
oh, that's a surprise.
But I'm not really sure what the details of why they decided not to open the doors for streaming services and stuff like that. I'm not sure if there's like, they gotta pay these services to put them on there, or I feel like the service will have to pay them. But honestly, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But I mean, it's still very limited to what you can do on the Switch. But for the most part, I mean, you're just playing games, so it's not really that big a deal.
Right.
But I still want themes. Apparently, they allow you to do folders now, which I'm like, we should have been had those. So you could do like, because the Wii U also had like themes and stuff like that. 3DS had themes. PS4 and PS3 had themes. Like you could do. So I wonder if PS5 will ever do it. PS5 still doesn't have the option to do it, which is not a big deal. The Series X, you can kind of just create your own thing. You can create your own backgrounds, your own wallpaper, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then, but yeah, like I said, we not getting Breath of the Wild this year. We just got announced that One Piece Odyssey is coming this year, which is supposed to be a Dragon Quest style One Piece game. So I'm pretty pumped about that.
I'm actually looking forward towards that game because I'm starting to notice that any game with an Odyssey in it, it's going to be open world and it's going to be at least decent, at least from the Odyssey games that I played, which is only like two of them: Super Mario Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey was fan-freaking-tastic, man. I definitely want to go back and do that again. That was a really good game, and that came out early.
Oh, and Lost Odyssey. Yeah.
They came out early on the Switch too, man. Switch was putting out some bangers from day one, man. They still doing a good job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That Metroid, that Bayonetta, that Zelda. I need my Twilight Princess. I need my Wind Waker. So if you can work on that, Nintendo, please, thank you. But yeah, we get One Piece Odyssey. I'm pumped, man. Every time we get a One Piece game, I'm buying it anyway. Even though sometimes they don't always be good. What was the last one? World Seeker, I think it was, with like you just play as Luffy.
Yeah, I have brought that. I did not even play it. Like it's still in my library.
It's not good, but it's not good. I don't recommend it, but yeah. What was it? Stone Ocean Part 2. That's supposed to be coming the new JoJo series. If you've watched New JoJo, I really hate how Netflix is doing their anime model, man. Like they'll do like half of the season and they'll just give you like 13 episodes right now and whatever. I would rather them just do one episode at a time a week than just give me once. You know what I mean? And that's normally how it goes.
Give me something to look forward towards,
Right.
Oh, actually, it's a new episode, So instead of making me waiting a whole 2-3 years for another.
They're also trying to sub and dub it at the same time. So they're doing subtitles and they're doing dubs and everything at the same time, which is cool. And I don't have a problem with it, but it just really slows up the process of like getting new anime, especially for a popular series like that, because that show was originally like on Crunchyroll first and like Hulu and stuff like that, and it would be coming out week to week. We get new episodes weekly. Now it would follow the schedule as it was coming out in Japan. Now it's just slowing up because of Netflix is like this anime thing they got. So they'll take a 26 episode series and then they'll break it up in parts. So they'll do 13 episodes to part 1, and then a year later they'll do part 2. I'm like, yo, I can't. I don't like the way they're doing this. It's not working for me. So you've been keeping up with your Crunchyroll subscription and everything that's coming there from Funimation.
Yeah, I mean, me and Brianna, we scrolled to do to see what's up there. I did some random anime. We just finished up Yuri on Ice. I think it was on Crunchyroll before.
Anime,
yeah, but Yuri on Ice, that's a pretty good anime. For it to all be cheating, damn, that was really decent. But yeah, just scroll to do see what's on Crunchyroll. That's catalog is up there.
It was real flamboyant to me, and I couldn't get into it, but I might give it another shot. I don't know if I just couldn't get into dudes figure skating, but that's just me.
No, it has some gay moments on there.
That is the magic of anime. There is literally something for everything. There's no reason you can be like, yo, I don't like anime. Yo, there's something for every genre, sports,
right,
and everything. So there ain't no excuse why you don't like anime. You just suck. And real quick, I just wanted to go through this upcoming anime list and kind of to see where your excitement is for it. 14 anime that's coming to the spring season, so starting pretty much tomorrow. One of the hottest things right now, Spy Family.
I saw that. I didn't see the episode, but I did put on my watch list because it's on my watch list.
Yeah, Spy Family's dropping. That comes out April 9th. So that is, what is that? Saturday? Friday? Saturday. Shield Hero is coming
Yeah,
back.
sorry.
Yeah, your boy Shield Hero is coming back. So I can't wait to see that. That first season was really good. I don't know if you like Spy Family. Kaguya Sama Love is War Ultra Romantic. So this is another one of those love
Is that Gambit?
stories.
No. I thought it was
This is
some Gambit
also
anime. No, I'm thinking about another Gambit anime. You get it.
no,
Go
you're
ahead.
thinking about the one you saw at Crunchyroll. I can't think of the title. That's really good though.
Yeah.
That still is wild. What's this? This is coming to Netflix. Rome? I don't even know what this is. This is a time travel comedy manga, apparently. Vampire in the Garden. This is also another Netflix series. I think this is a movie. No, this
Well,
is
anything.
this
That's
is a
the thing
movie.
with Netflix. So anytime Netflix comes out with some type of animation, I'm gonna end up watching it and not remember what the title was until I
Right.
go back into it again.
Yeah, Netflix be dropping some heat, man. Netflix,
Yeah,
no,
they do. They do.
Ghost in the Shell, SAC 2045 season 2. I didn't expect that to get a season 2. I didn't watch season 1, so but I definitely want to go back and watch it.
Okay, having a Ghost in the Shell season 2, that's surprising. Okay, because I enjoyed season 1.
Right. Spriggan. Don't know what
Don't
that
know what
is.
that
It's
is.
good though. It's good. Tiger and Bunny 2. I really like the first season. That's really, really good. Tomodachi Game. I think that's out now. That came out April 5th. So that's out now. The Dawn of the Witch. That drops the 7th. Skeleton Knight in Another World. Love After World Domination. Dance Dancer. So I guess this is a story about a young man who discovers his love for ballet. Aoshi.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what this is, but it looks cool. A Couple of Cuckoos, and that drops 23rd. And that is the spring anime list. So pretty much everything
Okay.
but Shiro looks good.
It seemed like a whole bunch of love stories and fairy tales
I've
just
been
coming
digging
out.
the I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting a little older. I've been digging the romance. What is it? The romance anime, and then there's a new one that I've been checking out. And I don't know if you want to put it on your list, but let me check it out. It's called My Dress Up Darling. So pretty much like a guy who's like a doll maker. He starts making clothes for this girl he goes to school with, a cosplay stuff, and he's like really good at it. So he's like designing cosplay clothes for her, and of course they develop like a whole relationship, yada yada. So I've been getting into like those type of anime and stuff like that. It's been pretty interesting. So
I think Brianna's been watching that.
my Dress Up Darling, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much like that was all our new stuff this week. We just gonna round out the show with a couple of questions that we got from Twitter. Just answer these pretty quick, and then we can end. What manga are we most excited to see get an anime adaptation?
I think the one that was talked about the most recently, at least from my community, is Chainsaw Man. I had that on my reading list.
Yeah.
And I think at one time you were surprised to say, I'm like, how there's so much violence in one chapter. He was like, they're going to actually put this on a TV? I think he actually said that one time. So, yeah, I think Chainsaw Man is probably the one that's everybody's hyped up for.
Have you read that at all?
No, but it's on my watch list. I'm trying to make time for it, but that damn One Piece, man, I swear.
So definitely Chainsaw Man. But what out of the manga that you're reading, what that hasn't gotten anime yet? What do you want to see get animated?
Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be
yeah.
good. I wonder who would pick that up and how they would do it though.
Right. But yeah, Sakamoto Days, that's pretty good.
I mean, for me, I definitely Dr. Stone's already animated. I definitely want to see the rest of that. Ghost Reaper Girl would be a really good one. I want to see get animated. And was it Magic and Muscles Mashal? I can't wait for that to get animated.
Oh yeah, so yes, I want that one too. Yeah.
So
I wonder if that's made by the same people that did One Punch, because the animation styles just seem
um,
too
it,
similar.
I want to say it is. It is very similar. It is like the character design.
Uh,
Yeah, it is very
mhm.
similar. Our second question: what is a game that we regret never finishing? Uh,
Huh.
I would throw mine out first.
Well, I have never finished Final Fantasy 9, and I have brought that game like 5 different times on each PlayStation system.
Wow, what you doing with your life? Um, man, biggest one on my list would have to be Brave Fencer Musashi on PlayStation 1.
Ooh.
I don't know if you
So,
remember.
so we got some PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1. We old.
Yeah, that's been on my list, and trying to go back and get it now is like a $300-$400 game. I mean, of course,
Ooh.
we live in a ROM world where I could just do a ROM or something like that, but I just never
Uh,
gotten around to doing that. That is still something. If PlayStation ever opens up their kind of vault and we get more access to like play older games, I would like to be able to play that again because that was under like SquareSoft, Square Enix now. I would like to go back and play that for sure. So, Brave Fencer Musashi, it's a great game. Favorite Final Fantasy game?
you know, everybody has that one, and everybody can already say what that one is. But I think for me, it's Final Fantasy 9. I enjoy the story, the music, the
That's
character
yeah.
development in there. That's me.
I mean, for me, it's definitely between 7 and 10 easy. And honestly, if I had to pick, it would be 10 just because 10 came into it with the cutscenes and the graphics. I mean, that was PlayStation 2.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say 10 for sure. Like 10 has some really good music. You know, Xanarkin, of course. I feel like it's easy to say 7. You know, what I mean, it's still on my list. And
Yeah, I think 7's in everybody's heart, but you have to go,
but
pick which one
yeah,
outside of 7.
whoever dropped this question, they should have said what's our Final Fantasy 7 game that's Final Fantasy game that's not 7. But
Right.
the 13 series I really like. I really dig those characters. But if I had to pick one, yeah, definitely 10 for sure. 10 regular, not 10-2. Because that game is something else.
That game's trash.
All right, last.
And did you find out how like to 100% that game is so monotonous test? Like the whole game is just monotonous now.
Yeah, just to
We
see
good.
what supposedly still happened to Titus.
Titus.
Yeah, I might know.
Yeah, Titus, Titus,
Yeah,
Titties,
dead,
whatever his name is.
he's dead, bro. Surprise. What anime can you go back to watch from start to finish more than once?
Death Note.
Ooh, okay. Man, that's a quick little 30-something episode series. You could be like, all right, I did it. Yeah, that's a good one. I gotta say Yu Yu Hakusho for me.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yu Yu Hakusho has really good pacing. That it's right straight to the point from episode 1 to 0. I mean to end.
Wait, is it on Crunchyroll? I think it's on Crunchyroll now.
It's on that now. Yeah. That was through Fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, that's a good one from start to finish. Like it's fight. It's not fight, but it's pretty much.
It's good pacing. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start watching that.
There's zero filler with that show. It's like it's
Right.
short over. So yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho for me. If I had to pick.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was it. That was our questions week. Like I said, I mean, you could definitely throw us some more questions next week. We're gonna answer them because that's what we do. You can join them on Twitter at ATG Podcast. We're on Instagram at ATG Podcast. Our website is aroundthegeek.com. You can check me out on all of those platforms and Dior as well. I'm also doing reviews and such on Big Gold Belt Media, so check them out too. But other than that, this is gonna round out our show. Like I said, throw us those questions. This has been 173 with your host Terrell.
Dior.
And Diaz will come back with some more One Piece because he's about to hit a really good arc. So I can't wait to have that conversation. See you guys.
Is there?